people know what to expect. Okay, we're recording now.
Okay, cool. Hi, we are just talking about some context specific. Okay, welcome to join us. I finally nice to see you. How do you say your name again?
Freddie?
Freddie, okay. You are from ELAS token, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Remember, I did the Ravensig library.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's it going?
Yeah,
Nice to finally talk to you in person. Here, I actually just popped in for a quick question. It's the easiest way to do a power, just a loop of multiplication of a big number.
Say it again.
To do a mat dot power. So 5 to the power of 2 is 25.
Oh, power. Yeah. Oh, okay. We don't have the. Okay, I think we are going to add a library, but for now you can just do like a loop. You have to do it manually because, for example, right? But you can do optimize. For example, you want to do 2 to the power of 8, right? You don't want to multiply 8 2's together. That's cause you 7 multiplications, right? You can do 2 to the power of 1, and then you can square it again to get 2 to the power of 2, and then you can get to 2 to the power of 4, and then I think 3 steps you can get to 2 to the power of 8. Right? And also similar.
That's the optimization there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But if you just don't care about, you just want to make it work, you can just multiply all of them together.
Yeah. Well, you see in the JavaScript big int operators, it's just a double asterisk.
Yes. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to add a mass library function just for you to do power, so you don't have to do this yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. All right, here, guys. Continue on. I'm gonna drop out, but great work, Sharway. Nice to meet you.
Nice to finally see you. Okay, you can stay. Okay. So Dirk, sorry. Oh, he just left. Okay, that's some quick. Okay. Yeah, he has been around for a long time. Basically, he's if you guys remember Robin signature.
Yeah.
How do we do signature verification without the check DSV? So basically, he contacted me. He wrote the first version, actually, the Robin signature in JavaScript. So that's how we have the Robin signature JavaScript library. So that's where he first submit a PR, and that's his work basically. So now I'm glad he's now full-time into BSV, working with ELAS. I think he's working on the Tuvalu token project.
Oh, that's good.
So,
oh, cool.
So you may want to, next time you go to Tuvalu, you may spend some tokens powered by, I don't know, his work, his contract. Okay, getting back, Dirk, you are saying for these different scenarios, what kind of features you are looking forward to?
Yeah, graphical user interface.
Okay, so, let me actually just get started with this. So basically, if we want to deploy now, you have this. You can have all the different hashes, and you can also fee. We don't care about this. Let's see. So is this something you look forward to, or that's more you want? I'm trying to understand what kind of new additional features you are looking forward to, or I'm not quite following.
I think it would be only related to the deployment script.
Okay.
I have a video I could send you, Chowei, that it's like this guy that designs graphical user interfaces, and he actually talks about doing this exact same kind of thing. So I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the link right now. But I think, can you guys still see me?
No.
You can't see me, or you can?
No.
What about now?
Now it's good.
All right. So when I switch on my iPad, it goes away. But I'm going to make a note of it on this iPad, I guess, and then I'll send it to you. But it's just a way of abstracting a user interface, and so then you can do, because there's going to be like dozens of little things that people want to do like this. And so this video is going to talk about how to like abstract, little things.
Okay.
It's hard to explain,
Okay.
but this
Yeah,
video
you can
is
share me later. That's fine. You can just even
Okay.
send in the Slack. So Dirk,
Okay, I'll put in Slack.
just try one more time, and specifically what kind of things you are looking forward to. So just for example, in this case, where you have 3 scenarios.
Yes.
To unlock, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
then he wants a graphical
in
user interface.
In this case, I start the script with scenario 1, and I have. I think it's implemented that I have the different scenarios. Case 1, 2,
case.
3.
I see you have a switch case here. Okay.
Yeah, it would be nice to define the variables on a graphical user interface and not by editing the script again. For example, I have started it on the command line, and then when I like to try it with another scenario, then I have edited the script and put in 2 and so on, and then at the last run 3.
Okay. Okay. I think once, okay, I'm a little getting a more understanding of this. So, I think this is one way we can write this contract in this way. So basically have one public function, and then have different cases. You just do the cases yourself, right? If else.
Yeah.
The other one you can do is you have 3 ways to unlock, right? So basically, usually when you write sCrypt code, our suggestion is whenever you have a new case, put another public function. For example, here you can say unlock by, I don't know, Alice and Escrow, and unlock by Alice and Bob, unlock by Alice and Escrow, or Bob and Escrow. So in that case, you actually, the compiler, the sCrypt itself, does different the branching for you. So you don't have to worry about, you don't have to write this explicitly. Does this make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So even in a deploy code, I think then you don't have to do case, because you can. How do you do case in the deployment code? Because we have a script SDK, right? Script lib. So basically, you can, once you have the contract, you can just call it via the public function name. You can say dot unlock by Alice and Bob. So you don't have to use case anymore.
Yeah. Okay. That's better.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to, maybe when you have finished your big gigantic project, you want to?
Yeah. Then
feel free
like
to
refactor.
Yeah. Feel free to refactor to see if it's much easier. I think in that. So here I can see you are kind of like a manually do this thing. So even if you, let's say if you go to the syntax documentation, so basically you have when we have this, so basically here, each one, when you can even have multiple public functions, right? Let's say you have X, you can unlock, right? So here you have 3 scenarios. By scenarios, I assume you mean like different ways to unlock it, right? So it's just more syntactically clean to each one to map it to a single function. Okay, so then you can leverage all the benefit of our SDKs. You can just call it by name. Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So okay. Yeah, so you see this, right? So I think maybe when you wrote this, that's like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
We probably don't have this. So if you want to try this again, you can even also deploy. And once you hit deploy, you can come here to this panel. You can see deploy once here. So you can, this whole thing, you can do it without writing any code. But as you said, if you want to do more customization, probably you want to write the deployment code. But deployment code, that's why I want to ask you guys. Quite some people talk about it's hard. it's definitely not easy to come up with a deployment code, but is it all very similar? Once we have the examples, no, because we have for example, if you go to the deployment folder, right, we have tons of examples. I think most of them was very similar. Basically, you collect all your UTXOs, then you merge it in your big UTXO, you put the contract in the first output, and then you get your change. That's how you deploy. And then when you call it, you just point to using the input points to the previous deployed transaction, and output index is 0. And then you write whatever other inputs you won't have, other outputs you won't have. I thought it was simple enough, but turns out it's not.
Yeah, normally it should be simple. But if you have a look at the airpuzzle.js, for example.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's some
and scroll it down. That's complicated because the values must be calculated in the deployment script.
Yeah, that's very okay. That's very tricky because you are customizing the signature part. That's not sometimes.
And if you have a look at the rpuzzle at the rpuzzle script itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That seems quite easy.
Yes.
It's short and so on, but it's the deployment. It was, I think, the deployment script which took very much time.
Yeah, because mostly you are recalculating, you are customizing the R. I think most libraries just using the deterministic. No, sorry, you just using a randomizer R. So
yeah,
I think that's specific to the I wouldn't call it deployment, but how you get the parameters. You have to customize not using the standard signature way. So that's okay. I don't know whether that's something we can further simplify or. Yeah, I think the most difficulty that was, as I understand here, is to calculate the R and then use the customized R to calculate the signature. But that's not something specific to contract. Do you see what I mean? Okay.
Sure. And it requires also a bit of understanding of the signature and so on.
Yeah, you see DSA, that's for sure. That's why I think at the latest two I published, one is Schnorr.
From line 3.7, which you are seeing there, I took some from Dean Little. I have mentioned it in the header, I think. If you scroll down to the top, if you scroll up to the top, I think I have mentioned it. Yes.
Oh, okay. You give the good credit. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I didn't notice this.
Yeah.
Is this rpuzzle. Okay. I see. Nice. Is this a library or is it just some sample code you copy?
It's a library. You can use it.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, he has been doing quite some work on the rpuzzle side of things.
Okay. I still don't understand what the rpuzzle is. I need to learn about the rpuzzle. Again, once I get my focus on these things, I'll be good.
Okay. But... Okay, man. I'm waiting for the next big upgrade. You know, there's a white paper out there, right? I think that's probably the reference to go.
So a rpuzzle white paper. Where do we find these white papers, though?
I think you can even find it in our Slack. I think I published there somewhere. If not, you can ask me again. I'll repost it.
And this is from the nChain's white papers?
Yes, nChain white paper. Yes.
Cool. I just found the way how to actually look at all their patents. And they're there. And it's like, wow, it's this whole system.
Is that the Google patents?
Yeah, Google patents. But somebody taught me how to search them in the US patent office. Because I tried to do it back a few years ago. I tried to do it and I'm like, I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm like, it's so complicated just to look at the patent. So I couldn't even do it. And so, but then somebody helped me do it. I'm like, oh. And so now I'm able to actually see all the patents and that's extremely useful just to understand people's direction and stuff like that.
Okay.
And all,
yeah.
but it's also good because you can, let's say that somebody has an idea for something, you can contact them and say, hey, look, like I really want to use this, and you can make a deal on that specific patent. For example, Amazon had a patent on the one-click shopping. You know, where they had a patent where if you're looking at a product, you could just press it and you automatically buy it. And then Apple wanted to use that in iTunes, but Amazon had it patent. And so then Steve Jobs just called up Jeff Bezos and worked out a deal just like over 15 minutes, and then boom, done. And now they have it on iTunes. So just because somebody has a patent, it doesn't mean that it's
you cannot use it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't use it. It just means that you want to, you know, you just need to that's like the biggest misunderstanding. All these people are like, oh, they already took the idea, we can't use it. It's like, no, it's the exact opposite. It's like, you know, and it's just like with anything. Sometimes they'll give it to you for free, sometimes they want to work out a deal. It depends on people's strategies and stuff like that. So if I could just have an easier way to browse the patents, then everything is much easier.
I think if you start notice, since like 2 weeks ago, when I was talking with Craig in the Bitcoin class, I think he's starting to cover, do almost like a white paper one by one, starting from the legendary 42. So we're covering the extensions of it right now. So that's good because it's more concrete. Because for me, I think I used to also search for all these patterns, but it's like thousands. Like it's not. I don't know where to start. It's like a gigantic. It's that I wish there's some kind of like a directory, or even like a, let's say, or even indexing, saying, oh, this is specific to like, let's say, our puzzle. This is specific to like a, I don't know, key management. But there's no such thing.
Exactly.
So it's just too many.
And that's also probably how people feel when they first get involved with sCrypt. They don't know how to use everything, and it's fun. But it's funny because I made this with my app. I just built it and I did it incrementally, and I'm like, oh, of course people understand how to use it. Like I just assumed people would understand how to use it, but then I'd get these emails and people couldn't figure out how to do really, really basic things. And so then I actually went back and I did these. They're called the user guides. So like built, I'm going to show it to you. So built into, but my lesson here is that onboarding is extremely important. And so when you first download the app, it pops up and it's the first thing that you have to watch is these onboarded videos. But right here, then in settings, you can go and watch them again. And so it literally just shows a video.
Gives you a broader perspective on what
it shows you a video of how to do like the most basic stuff. And ever since I did this, my reviews went up a lot.
Okay, good suggestion.
Because because just people understood what to do. Because as the developer, you assume that people understand, but they have no idea.
That's why I want to get into the meetings like this, because sometimes because I made it, so I thought it was straightforward, but turns out sometimes it's not, right? So that's why I want to get from the user's perspective.
Exactly, and that's what people don't realize. I think Craig is suffering from is that he just assumes everybody understands what he built, but they don't. So we're all guilty of it. It happened, so it's just something we have to get out in the open here.
Yeah, that's why I want to solicit feedback. Okay, Dirk, you are about to say something?
Yeah, Kevin, could you also imagine to make a video about creating NFTs?
The thing is that I need to just understand it first. And
no problem. I could explain it, but maybe we will be looking for someone who can make some videos for our users.
Yeah, I mean, I keep on getting these ever since I posted that video. Like almost everybody's emailing me wanting to do videos for their product, And so, and I'm,
that's a good business,
I know, I guess it is, but it takes a lot of work because I have
yeah,
to,
I mean,
I have
any
to
business,
really
like any
understand it
other
first.
business, right? So
yeah, exactly. So, but it's onboarding is like a whole division in Apple's, I've worked with you interact with the company, and so you kind of understand how their departments are set up. But at Apple, they have a whole like setup for onboarding, just like they have a whole setup for people who are building the boxes and where's the peel. You know how when you get one, there's like the easy peel, and then it opens, and then are we going to do the user guide? Where's the placement of the user guide? And then as you open it, then the user guide's right there. All those little considerations. That's like a whole department.
Yeah, they have the best UI UX probably in the
world.
And
so that's something that I've always been focused on, just because I always admired it with them. And so that's what a lot of people are missing with they're super technical, but nobody can translate to them what's supposed to happen. And so I think that's why I keep on getting these emails, but I get like a lot. And so I don't know what to do, because I don't really I want to build stuff too. You know what I mean? And so I'm focused on what I want to build. And so I'm happy to help people, but I can't do everything. And it's just me, and I have to do groceries, and I have to I have a life of my own, you know what I mean? And so I can't, I don't want to be rude, but I can't get to everybody's stuff. What I need is a company, and then you just, oh, sure. And then you talk to this person, and then they just delegate it. But I don't have that set up yet. So,
okay.
Yeah, there's only so much I can do as a person.
Like, okay, what other things you guys feel, okay, maybe we can do a better job so more people can easily get on board, especially from, let's say, somebody has other programming language or other blockchain development experience? Because at the moment we want to attract more and more people to join sCrypt and also the BSV, right? So just from, can you talk about what do you think we can do to help better attract more people, just from the personal experience of looking at the sCrypt so far?
The thing that I think is that there needs to be an objective. Like when I was first teaching myself how to program, I'm like, oh, I'm going to build this game. And I already had the picture of the game that I wanted to build in my mind. And then I would take different instructional tutorials that would do things that were similar to it. I'm like, oh, this is like a learn by doing tutorial that's very similar to what I want to do. And so I'm going to do this. And then I did that. And then once I was able to like master the workflows, like the really baby things, just like super simple things, how to open up Xcode, how to start a new project, how to do the debugger tools. There's like, it's like learning a new language. It's like, it's so complicated. But if you look at how a baby learns a language, nobody gives them a vocabulary list. It's not like, they don't give them like, instead they're just sitting there and they're watching, and then they do pattern association. And so just being able to watch how somebody sets up a project, that's why I like to learn by doing tutorials. And I think with video is super, super, super high resolution. And I mean, I don't mean that in the sense that it's 1080p or whatever. I mean that in the sense that it's like, there's a lot, it's like a picture's worth 1,000 words kind of.
And the video is like 1,000 pictures.
Yeah, exactly. And most people, I think today I know it's true for me, I'm so used to watching YouTube videos that for me to switch, for me to switch into a text format, like I have textbooks right here, but like, I really have to like sit down and focus and like, like have a cup of tea, or like I have to like go through this ritual to even be able to focus on reading.
Okay. So video.
And I don't do that often. Yeah, but video, I just, it's video and boom. And so yeah, so my point here is that a video onboarding that is clearly defines that we're going to build this, you know, and so that's why that's why I'm on board with the whole zombie game thing, because that's how I learn. But then I also wanted to include it to be, because we know we've already discussed in the Bitcoin class what we're going to build long term, and so if we can teach people little pieces of that puzzle, you know what I mean? If we could have the forethought, then we could actually, it'll all make sense for people. It's like we're communicating in many, many different ways that they won't see yet, but they'll see it once it all clicks for them. So I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. That's why I think we are already started doing it. So now we are launching two things. One is we have our own crypto zombie, but we use a tic-tac-toe. So that's one. We break it by step. On the left, you have the instructions. On the right, you have just like online ID. You can just
yeah, exactly.
have
Perfect.
some sample. Okay. And on the other hand, we're also doing video tutorials, because the zombie, that's like a still, I mean, it's very visual, but it's still like text, right? And maybe some like a animation and the picture, but yeah, I haven't figured out a way maybe do like a zombie and also somehow to do it also on video. So that's why I for now we have two things going on. These are separate. Hopefully they can combine this. Do you see something like which combine the zombie interactive learning with the video? Is that something even better, or if this thing maybe do?
I think I don't think you have to combine them. I think that, well, I mean, you could, but it's like the interesting thing about that format, where you have the instructions on the left and then the you know, the code on the right, is that that's not actually going to be where you do your work.
No.
And so if you actually just have, it's just kind of like a quick, it's almost like a quick book or like an overview of what you can do. But then you actually have to train a whole separate workflow for actually creating. And so, you have to do the video without the code on it. It's just the straight video of you doing it through Visual Studio. And then people can have that on YouTube, and then they can follow along, pause the video, follow along, pause the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I think you're on the right track and you're doing what you're doing.
Okay, that's good.
And also I wanted to say that it doesn't have to be zombie exactly. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be so obvious that we just took it from Ethereum, the zombie tutorial.
Yeah. That's why we are doing tic-tac-toe for now, because zombie.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're in the early days of animation. So with Pixar, and then there was I think Disney animation or something. They were both had this brand new technology to do that animation, and they accidentally both did a Bugs movie. So one person did Bugs Life, one person did Bugs Life, and then the other person did I forget what it was, but they were both working on a bug movie. And it's like, and they looked at each other and they're like, why are we both doing a bug movie? Like, you do something else and we'll do that, you know? And so because they have this new animation technology. You can do tons of things. But one of the early examples, I think what happened of what you can do with this technology is you can look at life through the perspective of a bug. And then that like defined everybody's definition of what this is for. But you can do so much more. So we just have to broaden our perspective a little bit and say, you know, it's just the learn by doing tutorial.
Okay.
Is the thing that you want to do, but it doesn't have to be the zombies, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Point taken. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that's easier to explain on video instead of through text.
Yeah. I think nowadays people they don't have like a attention span like to read like a long articles or even read a book. So that's
exactly.
You just have to adapt. Yeah. I think when I first read to learn about some like a programming, I just bought the book like a C programming or whatever. But now people are like, it's not a thing.
Yeah, and the more you use YouTube, I've noticed this with myself, and I could even show videos on psychology of how this happens. But the more you do videos, the less your brain is even able to do text.
Yeah.
It's like it becomes the new default of how you consume information is through video.
Okay.
So, but you can train both. I'm not saying that but it's again, it's like I have to go, oh, now I'm going to do text. And so I have to go through my ritual. I'm going to turn off everything and I'm going to get my tea and I'm going to sit in this specific chair to do my textbook stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, video is much easier and faster for me to get into.
I think I'm going to release one today. So give me some feedback. I think I will upload again. I will just do the episode by episode. It's like Bitcoin class. So as a new feedback coming, I can incorporate instead of just shooting all the videos and then boom, just release it at once. I just one episode at a time.
Great. Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be traveling next week. So I have to pack today and then we're going to be in Miami. So, so I don't know, but hopefully I'll be able to fit it in there sometime.
Yeah, Miami definitely go, right? Okay, that's New York, maybe not. Okay, that's yeah, that would be exciting. I haven't met BSVers for last gathering for long since last CoinGeek London. So
wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's 18 months, pretty much. Yeah, 18 months.
Yeah, but better than Lightning.
Okay. Yeah, at least we deliver it, right? So that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
That was when I really, and it's your background too, CoinGeek London. Look at that. Cool.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was sitting in the first row, so I had a good view.
Oh, cool. VIP seat. Okay. Okay, Dirk, what do you think? What kind of onboarding or anything else you want to see from sCrypt team? Or?
Yeah, I think tutorials, explanations. I think one of the complex problems is pre-image.
Okay, pre-image.
How to handle the pre-image, and if that could be explained a little bit in a tutorial or so, that would be good too.
Okay, yeah, I would do. Yeah, because it's very different from let's say Solidity, because there you don't have the concept of pre-image. I don't know what they sign, but it's probably it never shows up in the developers, or almost never shows up in developers workflow. But for us, because we have especially the push transaction, and also in the deployment code, outside code, client code, you also have to compute this to sign to get the signature. So it appears, both in the sCrypt code and also the off-chain code. So yeah, good idea. I think we'll cover this. And there's a lot of, especially combined with SIG hash types, that's a lot of combinations, and you can so-called malleability. So yeah, good idea. I think I will do like an episode on this to further explain.
Yeah.
When I I saw the term pre-image and I didn't know at all what that meant. And so I was Googling around for it. And in mathematics, it has there's like a algebra course or something, and I have the pre-image. But the picture, so I have a picture of what I think it is in my mind. But the way I see it now is it's like you have a cell and then you can copy it. It's like the pre-image was the original cell, and then this is the duplicate version or something. Well, I don't know. I have this image in my mind of what it is, but I don't. Okay. I didn't.
Yeah, the name is a little bit. It's not straightforward, because I was just quite. Yeah, in math, it means if you fx equal to y, the function.
Yeah.
So that's basically x is the pre-image of y. So
right,
I don't know why they call it.
It's the
for
thing
us,
that
it's just hash. Yeah, for us, it's always hash. Hash of x equal to y, then x is the pre-image of y. Okay, you're saying?
Okay, got it. Yeah, and so so I kind of understood what that, but I have an image, and so with the UTXO model, So with the UTXO model, you're doing an op push transaction, and that's why we kind of have these pre-images, right? I don't know if I'm saying this right, but with Ethereum, the reason why that never exists in their vocabulary is because they have the account-based contracts. They're not copying. Well, I don't know. I got to write this out, and we have to have a more common vocabulary, because I didn't know what the term pre-image meant, but I Googled it, and so then I kind of like developed an understanding of it, but I don't know if I'm reading the same definition that you guys are reading when you say pre-image. So I don't know, but I kind of think I understand it, but I don't have the same vocabulary because I was just Googling to understand what a pre-image is.
Yeah, it's not very clear, the word choice. Basically, in Bitcoin context, it just means if you hash X to Y, then X is a pre-image Y. That's it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, but that's only some of the explanation.
Yes.
It's more important what is the purpose of the pre-image, that you can the pre-image allows to have some requirements for the output which you are generating again.
Yeah, that's one big part, because
yes,
without it you can only constrain how it can be spent, right? But after you spend, you cannot control it further. So because output is part of the pre-image, so you can do a lot of the more advanced stuff. But also pre-image also have some inputs, some of the UTXOs is pointing to, and some other transaction field like a version or even unlock time, right? So pretty much, I think probably I need to walk through all the different fields. I think 8 fields, and then just talk about what it can be useful.
Yeah, I had with my last script, which was not working. I had problems with the pre-image when there was an error and I couldn't find it.
Okay.
The debugging is difficult.
Oh yeah.
If you have a pre-image error.
Yeah, basically we now have another tool. Let me actually find this actually. So let me actually share it again. So this, I think that's why I have to need to do this kind of videos, because the other people can find out. So basically we have a specific feature to address this issue. So basically we have the standard language. We have the language documentation, but we also recently added the IDE documentation, right? So this is another one. Basically sCrypt, instead of sCrypt doc, is sCrypt-IDE. So here you can see there's a debugger.
Oh, that's good.
So we have all the different instructions, and specifically, that's one when you check pre-image check failed. That's a section here, basically cover to help you when you have a tx dot basically check pre-image failure. We, in addition to the normal error messages, we also output a lot of additional messages for you to see. Basically, we tell you which field is different, because
that's good.
You have the expected one, then you have the actual one you are using. But for example, right, it's very easy to mess up here because they have so many fields, right? So for example, 10 fields actually. So let's say if you can, in this example, you just happen to put a different amount instead of, let's say 100,000, you put a 100,001. So that's this tool. Hopefully, will make it much easier. We also do like a diff based on the one you expect, and also the actual one you get. So that's hopefully can help you to much easily to locate where it fails.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is also something we released like since you used this last time probably. So definitely recommend everybody to go to, if you want to use our IDE, we have a lot of new features there.
Oh, that's good.
Go to, you can also, I think go to our, everything is also in our official website. So if you go here, you can scroll down to the IDE, because here besides the download link, we also have you can go from here. Yeah, the user menu. So you can come here. There's all the instructions with all the pictures and also some of the GIF. You can see how to use it too. This is probably something, this link, have you guys seen it before?
No.
I've like looked through this stuff, but my impression was it is at a very, very fundamental level, which is good. I'm not, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's
like if you look back at,
it's a reference.
If you look back at,
it's long and exhaustive.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look back at the history of Xcode, just like 2009, like it looked like sCrypt does now. You know, it was very, very fundamental. And then it evolved. And now there's like a whole really advanced debug console in Xcode. And so, yeah, I mean, I read through this and it looks very basic, but it's at a fundamental level where I just don't have the training to be able to interpret most of it. But I've learned some of it, so I'm learning a little bit.
Okay, cool. So pre-image, I think I will probably do like a entire episode on this because it's a huge topic, and also when it fails, it's not easy unless you have tools like this. It's not easy to pinpoint where it fails. It's I think a lot of when we have our debugger, everything else is very easy to see why it fails, because, for example, it's all boils to like a basic operation. Like you add 1.2, you add 1 with 2, and it should be 3, right? But if it's in the debugger tells you it's 4, then something's wrong, right? But the only thing that's not easy is 2 things: check pre-image and also check sig, because they have a lot of inputs. You don't know where it. So in this link, basically we provide the additional debugging output when you have the check failure because of these 2. So definitely recommend to go there when whenever you have failures. So basically we internally compare all the field, pre-image field, with all the ones you provide in the debugger input. Because the only reason it fails is because the fields do not match each other, right? So we list all of them, we internally compare them, and we just throw out the ones that doesn't match. So hopefully you can narrow down. It's not a pinpoint exactly. It can help you narrow down which the suspects. Where are the suspects?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you should see some of the Xcode things. It's amazing. They have this visual way of like tracing back all the different variables and inputs of things, and even on the user interface, you can do all sorts of stuff. So yeah, my understanding is that reading that documentation, it's just like it's just the foundation for all of this stuff, which in 10 years will be the stuff that I'm using now. But I'm trained to just use the stuff that I'm using now. And so it's a learning curve for me to understand what the foundation of all this stuff is.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully
and
we'll
it's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
Takes us much less than 10 years to get to that field. Okay, because we're like standing on the shoulders of the giants. We already know the Xcode or VS Code. We just we don't have to reinvent things. We only do like contract-wise things, but everything else we can just borrow and use. The same reason we use a VS Code extension. We're not building a brand new IDE from scratch. That's like it takes, I don't know, at least 18 years, if not
right,
18 months.
Well, exactly. And so what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that but the original apps on that phone were actually created with that very basic thing. So I'm not saying that I have to wait 10 years before I use it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm just saying is that I'm so used to using the developed thing that it's a learning curve for me to have to now use something more fundamental. But it's extremely interesting to me because now I get to see how it all works. And so I'm just not trained in it. So it's a learning curve. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's why we're trying to flatten. Okay. Hopefully in less than 2 weeks. Okay.
Yep.
So, okay. Anything else, Dirk, besides this pre-image thing? Any other specific? Yeah. Anytime you have something you find that's difficult to do with all the tools, or you want to anything? Yeah, I'm always in the Slack, so anytime.
Yeah, sure.
We'll probably fix if not in the same week. We're definitely 18 months. Definitely before within 18 months we'll fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I think that's probably good enough. I think it's Friday.
Yeah.
We're already reaching like 90 minutes. So I really appreciate the time, especially in Europe. Probably it's like what time is it there?
Oh, it's
7 or 8.
half past 8. No, half past 7.
Half past
7.
7. Okay, then I look forward to probably see you if you can hop on. I don't know next week or anything. I think I will keep pinning in the channel if enough people joining, which we can do this every week. So that's good. I think a lot of good feedback from first frontline users. So that's basically it's our blind spot, right? Because as Kevin said, it's like a crack, or anybody who's creating something, it always feels easy, right, to the creators. So,
right.
But
Exactly.
which is not always the case. But he assumed that we know law, economics, history, and
right.
technology. So that's and now I think he's trying to find out. I'm trying to find out like where our users getting stuck. So we hopefully we can improve it. Okay, good.
Okay.
I think I will post
this was fun.
Okay, have a great weekend. And Kevin and Dirk, see you next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right. Sounds good. See you
Thank
guys.
you.
Okay, see you. Bye-bye. Thank you.